Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and we are down here today at our temperate forest zone where we are going to be working among the deciduous trees and all of our berry plants and the wolves and deer to make sure that we go ahead and get our maple tree forest planted today. So that is the goal, plant the maple tree forest and also possibly feed our puppies because they are coming around looking kind of hungry. Oh my goodness, you guys, are you guys kind of hungry? Oh, you guys kind of are very hungry. So let's see, I've got a little bit of raw chicken here left over from when we were feeding the wolves yesterday, and then let's check the traps really quickly. These animal traps are so nifty. It's a little bit sad, but I figure the animal trap, at least the animals have been living a happy wild life, and it's not like we're sticking all the chickens in a little box and just throwing eggs at them. So at least you guys have had a happy life so far. All right, and now your dog food. Sorry about that, little animals. It is the cruel cycle of life. But yes, today, everybody, we are finally going to be planting those maple trees that we gathered up. And what was that? Oh, nothing. I thought I saw something pop up here. But yeah, we are finally going to be planting the maple trees that we gathered up so that we can get going on building the maple tree corridor and getting Lily girl and getting the maple syrup starting to come down from some of our maple trees. And it's gonna look so nice from here. There's our little temperate forest outpost, and behind it are going to be all of the rich, vibrant, beautiful colors of the maples that we're going to be putting up there, including a little spot where we're going to try to have maple syrup being produced. I still think doing like a tiny little waffle house or just even like a syrup shack. Oh, that's what we could do. We could call it a syrup shack, and we could just have like a nice place. You can go and get some fresh maple syrup and things made out of maple syrup. And Ben actually told me there is a way to harvest syrup from the maple wood trees that we have, like all the varieties. And there are so many varieties of maple wood trees, you guys. Oh my goodness. When I was doing a little bit of research so that we would be nice and prepared on like what maplewood has to offer, redwood. In fact, maybe I need to name one of your next puppies in the next litter Maple, because that would be a very cute name. Lily, don't go on with the wolves. I don't need you to, don't need fraternizing among my wolves and my dogs here. But yeah, when I was doing some research on the maples, I learned some pretty interesting things about them. And I know some of you are rolling your eyes. It's like, Seri, interesting things about a tree. And yeah, actually, don't forget that even though trees may not look like much, they don't move around, they don't jump and roar like a lion or a tiger, they may not be quite as fascinating to some people as a snake, they are still important key pieces of an ecosystem. And the tree is the home for a lot of animals, like the little birds. A tree and its health in a forest is going to be one of the key players in keeping the health of an entire ecosystem up, which is why I'm so excited to plant some maples, because I found out there's really cool things that live on and in maple trees. And we're going to go with calling these guys red maples. I should probably get them out, Zoe. We're going to go with calling them red maples, even though there's tons of varieties of maples, because red maples appear to be one of the most common in the US, so I was able to learn a lot about them. But red maples, little Zozo, I should probably plant one and probably get some, let's save these. But red maples actually have quite a few cool like little animals that live inside of them, including Lily. Are you ready for this? This was the thing that got me most excited, and we're actually going to plant it over here because I'm going to tell you guys about it while I try to get one. What color would I want? I think I want a nice big red one, Lily. Oh, and we should get Glorious Grafter down. Lily, are you growling at like everything in the world? Where's Glorious Grafter? There you are. So this way, if we don't get the size of the tree we want, we can just try growing it again. But I learned, and let's see, what about Lily Girl? What have we learned about? We'll never forget Angel from season 1 who died when I tried to grow a willow tree. So stay back. When you bone meal a tree, everyone needs to be cautious. All right, too small. Let's keep going. We want to get a big tree. But here's what I learned that got me so excited. It is that there are actually ducks that will make their nest inside of maple trees. Pine, buddy. You're not supposed to, you're a pine tree dog, not a maple tree dog. But there are ducks that will actually make their nest inside. Okay, I gotta move the puppies because they're getting dangerously close here. Come here, you guys. Good puppies. All right, sit, and sit. Thank you. But there are ducks who will nest inside of a maple tree. And if you guys have ever seen that scene in Planet Earth, the documentary series, which I highly recommend all of you amazing zoo crafting people watch, then you'll know that there's a scene where all these ducks just jump out of a tree. All these little tiny ducklings just jump out of a tree and kind of like flutter down and go on with their day. But it's so fascinating because even though those ducks can fly, they're so big and kind of, waddly when they're moving around. I don't really think of them as, oh, there we go. That's much better. That's a good size. I think we can work with this, and we can like make a little cavity in here and have a little duck family. But the ducks will nest inside of cavities, which are like the holes inside of a tree, and they'll nest up there so that they don't have their eggs vulnerable on the ground. They're kind of tucked away inside the wood. They can guard it. Angry duck can glare out at you from inside the little cavity, and they can protect their young that way. Well, it's just so cool to think about ducks being the ones who do that to me. You're used to owls, which are also a big bird, but they're up in the sky most of the time. A duck. Have you ever seen a duck walk? I mean, I guess watching an owl walk would be ridiculous too, but you know what I mean. Like, you just think of them as ground birds, but really ducks and chickens and peafowl, those are birds that we all typically think of like ground birds, but they'll be up in trees and they can fly very well too. A flying peafowl, which is a peacock, is one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. I highly recommend looking into that, you guys, because it's really cool. So I wanted to put this maple tree over here because this is going to be one of the back corners of where, hi little girl. In fact, I better move you guys even further soon, huh? One of the back corners of where we're going to have our temperate bird aviary. And what we're going to do is I want to have wood ducks. Wood ducks look significantly different from the mallards and the typical ducks that we've got over here in our world. So we're going to have to find out how to get wood ducks, but I'm going to find some wood ducks and bring them to the zoo. And I want to build a little waterfall right here. Have a little waterfall coming down, and have a little pond, and then the wood ducks can nest inside of the red maple and come and bring the little babies out into the pond, which I think would be a lot of fun. And so where you normally find wood ducks is in maple trees or other trees that have cavities near water. So don't walk into a big giant forest and find a maple tree with a cavity and just stick your hand in there thinking you're going to get a cute little like baby duckling, because you're probably not. It needs to be near water. So just a little bit of warning. Please don't ever stick your hand into weird cavities in trees. I don't encourage it because, it could just be a toad or it could be a snake. You want to exercise a little bit of caution and foresight and common sense, all of those things. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to leave our duck tree. That is going to be our future duck tree. I need to carve a little cavity in it and the cavities normally show up as the result of woodpecker activity. So, ooh, maybe we could wait and have our woodpeckers start the cavities and then like enlarge them or something. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out, my friends. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to add splashes of color back here so that what people see when they look behind, if this is going to grow. Oh, it did! Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. Look. Oh, woof, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. So now when they look behind the temperate forest lookout, they're going to see this gigantic, absolutely gorgeous tree, and they can walk past the little leaves. I'm just going to leave the leaves in there. They're now enrichment for the red wolves. So, oh, that's so cool. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, so let's see. Now I'm going to put down a little green one. Is it going to grow if I put it over here, though? Let's find out. I think these maple trees are pretty good about growing kind of wherever. But at the same time, I could be totally wrong. All right, you don't want to grow right there, I don't think. Oops. Are you stuck forever now? Okay, there we go. All right, and let's go ahead and let's try putting you right here then. Do you want to grow there? Oop, there we go. Oh, look at it. I like the colors. I really like how willing they are to grow. I'm going to leave the leaves down because, haha, leave the leaves. Wait, what the heck? What the heck-a-doodle? What's that? What are these prickly little things? Hello? Hello? Hey, you're a maple sapling, aren't you? I don't recognize, my little phone lookup search device right here doesn't have any information about what the heck this is. Is this a chestnut? Is that a chestnut? Is that a different type of chestnut? I love chestnuts. Chestnuts roasting on the open fire. I think it is. I think they're chestnut burrs. You lied to me. You're not a maple tree at all. Well, we'll keep an eye on that too, but that looks really nice. Man, like I said, those trees don't put him down. Whoops. Whoa, man. But looking at him seems to kind of make things slow down a little bit. So sorry about that. But yeah, don't put trees down because, man, look at how pretty that looks now. I kind of feel like we need some fir trees mixed in with it. And usually in maple tree forest, you have a mix of trees. It's not just going to be like one kind of tree. But really, that's another way that trees can tell you a lot about an area, is if you do see one kind of tree, every time you see anything growing anywhere in the world, looking at it can tell you something about its history, about what kind of animals might be in the area. For example, the white-tailed deer, these guys right over here that we have, the white-tailed deer, which are one of the most common deer in North America. There you go. Hi guys, how are you? Oh, it's these guys who kind of give us that little bit of a skip in frame. Sorry about that. They always have done that. The Mo creature is deer, just FYI on the side for you guys to know. When their sound file loads in, it's very common to get kind of a quick little skip. And their sound file may sound like it's silent, but you can't remove it. So they're just turned down very quietly because they're tame deer now. They're tame deer, you guys. Of course they're going to be quiet, but when you look towards them or look at them and their sound file loads in, it has a skip. So that, just to explain why that happens, because I know sometimes you guys are curious. Man, I love these things. But those white-tailed deer right over there, those guys, one of their favorite foods is actually young maple tree saplings, and they will eat the entire thing. I'm not talking about just like nibbling some leaves. They'll just eat the whole thing to the ground and like kill it. So if you find a maple tree forest that has a lot of saplings in it, that tells you maybe the deer population isn't too out of hand in the area because the trees are allowed to survive. But if you find a forest that has like all these dead, stripped, tiny little stunty maple trees, then that might tell you that there's a lot of white-tailed deer in the area. So even though a lot of people look at a tree and they think, oh, it's just a tree, it's more than that. It is a history of what the land has been like. It is a testament to what the land currently is like. And it's an indicator of what the land could be like in the future, because this is going to provide housing, food, shelter for a whole bunch of different animals. So like the blackbird, the common blackbird loves these things, loves maple trees, loves to live in them. So you can assume, hey, if there's blackbirds in the area, they might enjoy these trees. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. You guys, I knew the maple tree corridor was going to look nice, but I didn't know it was going to look this nice. All right, let's go with the more plain trees down here really quickly so we can kind of build around them. So I want to set up my little maple syrup bearing trees kind of like that. Maybe a little bit closer like this. Have room where I could add some more in the future. All right, there we go. Oh, look at that. Maple syrup, yummy, yummy maple syrup. It's gonna be so good. Oh, that looks good. All right, so there's our little maple syrup bearing trees. Do they have any maple syrup yet? Nope. Oh, but you can bone mill it. Oh, thank you, Pam. All right, so this is, oh, we've already got so much maple syrup. This is gonna be fantastic. Oh man, just imagine, yeah, I think right over here, we're gonna have to build like a little syrup shack that sells just like hot, fresh pancakes right off the griddle, or waffles right off the waffle iron, because delicious. So that is definitely going to happen. Let's see, I want like a yellow tree over here. Are you gonna grow? Oh, you grew, you're so cute, look at you. Oh, it's a little one, it's a little one. And then I do think it's important for us to have some of the fir trees mixed in. Or excuse me, the spruce trees mixed in. There are fir trees in the world too. I just have no idea like where they could be. And I'm gonna put you down here. But it's good to try to mix in the tree types because you just don't know what might thrive more in one area versus over another. And if you like planted all of just one type of tree, I mean, you're going to be a very sad panda if those trees all get some sort of disease and die. So you got to kind of mix it in. Plus, you have to provide a variety of trees again. So there's a variety of food and shelter for all the creatures. So, all right, there we go. There's that. A little gap over here. Here's where like the syrup is going to be. So that's going to be delicious and yummy. So how else do we want this riot of beautiful color to be? And remember, normally you don't get these kinds of colors all year round. You get them in the autumn because maple trees are deciduous trees. Deciduous is our zoo word of the day. And that actually means that their leaves will fall off in the autumn. They'll lose their leaves in the autumn and just be naked little trees in the winter with no leaves. So coniferous trees would actually be like pine trees, or spruce trees, which have like the needles, and they keep their leaves, the needles are actually their leaves, all year round. So now you've learned lots of things today, and you can know that you've walked away highly educated from what the amazingness of zoo crafting has to offer. All right, that's a tiny tree. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, little tree, but we need something with a little bit more oomph and majesty. All right, so let me put this here. Oomph and majesty, please. Those are the requirements. Oomph and majesty. Oh, see, that's much better. That's got some oomph to it. Not sure about the majesty, but definitely oomph. All right, and let's come over here and plant another one. And ooh, now that's got majesty. See, now we have oomph and majesty. All right, and now let's come down. See, this is just to kind of like gauge what colors we're seeing. So the way we might fill this in is by adding some spruce sapling leaves for smaller, low-lying bushes, which again mixes in that different variety of plants that different animals in the environment will need to sustain itself. All right, so we're doing good there, but let's go ahead and we're gonna spend a little bit of quick time putting down a few maple trees. There we go. Over here, so we can figure out where the boundary on the temperate forest aviary, which I'm thinking so far will have woodpeckers, wood ducks, maybe the bluebirds. Maybe the bluebirds will go more in like a different aviary, but you know, I want to add lots of things in here, but not too many things, mind you, pups. So if you guys have more ideas for things that could live in harmony with the woodpeckers and the wood ducks, then let me know, because this will be a smaller aviary, but we'll probably start doing like a few different aviaries with a mix of birds instead of just one ginormous one with all the birds, because that'll let us do more specific fun things like make a little wood duck area where they can have a little nesting cavity. So that's gonna be awesome. All right, I need a bigger bigger yellow or a bigger orange maple. It's a snail! I haven't seen a little snail in ages. Oh, that's exciting. Oh my gosh, did I not get a single orange tree sapling? Oh no. Please, 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 please grow big and strong. Grow big and strong. Hello? Hello? Okay, so he grew. I really need him to like give me many saplings. I've been betrayed. I've been totally betrayed. I have no more orange saplings. What? And the thing is, the two orange trees I do have are so beautiful and glorious, I can't bear to cut them down. What do I do? I mean, look at him. I can't cut him down. We'll have to go get more orange trees at some point. So we're gonna have to ignore the orange trees for a little while. All right, let's go ahead. And then back here, I need to put down some trees. So let's try some of the yellow, and let's try some of the, yeah, those guys. What is up with those chestnut things? Ooh, that's a pretty one. I don't know how I'm gonna wrap the aviary around you. Maybe just like halfway through you, but you are a pretty one right there. All right, and then let's see. We're just gonna put in some more maple trees along the edges. Oh, so pretty. And we'll have to do, we'll probably have to do like, oh dear, I don't know how I'm gonna build the aviary around this, but all right, let's come over here. And then maybe, let's see, right here, because I want the little pond to be right there. Look at that, look at that. Oh, it's so cute. All right, and then you come in and, okay, where the puppies are, we'll pretend that's where the door is going to be. And this whole thing will be the aviary. And let's put this down right there and here. Well, that turned out kind of nice, actually. All right, good. Let's see, I want more of the yellow trees, I think. Maybe one right over here. If it will grow there. I'm not sure if it will, but sometimes they surprise me. Oh, fallen leaves are generated. True. Fallen leaves color is red. False. Okay. We're good. That sounds good to me. Thank you. How did that? Whoa. Oh, I can make it false and just like have it be normal. That is interesting. So you can right click on these things and I could determine if I wanted more fallen leaves on the ground or not. I did not expect that. That surprised me. All right, let's try again. There we go. Oh, look at that mix. Oh, we're looking so good. And then we're going to clear all this away and this is going to be a little pond. And I think maybe we'll do like a nice little tree right here. Almost done. Very good. And then maybe like a nice red maple right here. I want a big one though. Oomph and majesty, oomph and majesty, oomph and majesty. Not bad. It's got something going on there. I like it. All right. So this is going to be where we put the temperate forest aviary. I'm just gonna have to like ignore some of the leaves, like have the leaves sticking out of the aviary, I think. But that's okay, because the birds won't escape. And then you can walk in here. We'll have some benches, little seats. You can look around. There'll be a little pond. And there'll be like animals flitting around and digging through all of their little leaves. And it should look very nice. So I like it. I like it. And then over here, so top of the path reaches up here. We've got like a nice little maple tree corridor. So then right here, I want you. Wonderful. So this is the nice, beautiful sensation that you'll have as you walk up in here. You can kind of look up and just see all of the different colors and the varieties and how pretty it is. And we'll do one more right over here. If it'll grow that close, which it will. Ah, there you go, you guys. So you can just look up and you can just see the beauty of the colors and the chestnuts that apparently are getting ready. Look at them, they're slowly changing color. So there we go. We have now gotten the maple tree corridor done. I really like it, actually. It's very, very pretty. And I will work on getting the temperate forest aviary kind of put up. That's just going to be the boring work of putting glass piece on top of glass piece. But look, we have a little snail hiding in it. Oh, that's so cute. And then we will start moving in the woodpeckers that we have. And I'll have to think about finding wood ducks somewhere. I'll have to put out the call to see if we can find wood ducks somewhere in our beautiful world. And I will see you guys next time when we will continue. We'll probably add in the woodpeckers. We might add in the bluebirds. We'll go up and we'll speak with Professor Cowplant III and we'll see what we have laying around inside of those stasis chambers. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.